Shout out to Money Brown, man. Earnestly Jr. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, so I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV, and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there, Fight War? This your boy Money back with another one, fam. And this one here is on two big dogs in this fight game. We have the legendary Canelo Alvarez, the hottest fighter on the planet, the #1 pound-for-pound king, the 4-division world champion, the undisputed super middleweight world champion, looking to be the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, and one of the greatest to ever lace him up. Then we have the Jermall the Hitman Charlo, the 2-division world champion and the current WBC middleweight world champion, who's looking to put himself in the history by trying to defeat this king right here and Canelo Alvarez. Now, we all know Canelo just defeated Caden Plant to become the first undisputed champion at the super middleweight division and put himself in position of being the first Mexican fighter to become undisputed in the 4-belt era. Now he's looking for his next opponent, and I pray that the King Canelo pick Jermall Charlo as his next victim. Let Jermall Charlo be your next opponent, Canelo. Let's make this happen. Because, a lot of people talked a lot of ish saying that you ducked this man. You wanted no parts of him back then. A lot of people say that Jermall Charlo is Canelo's biggest test out here in this fight game. And it could be a bigger fight than any other opponent out there right now on Cinco de Mayo, May 7th. We know that's when Canelo's getting back in the ring. And a lot of people think it's Benavidez. A lot of people think it's Dimitri Bivol or Beterbiev. But I think the right man is Jermall Charlo. That's how I feel. I know y'all feel different. But this guy right here has been up for Canelo for a while now. His stature, his build, the resume. He has a nice following with fans, things of that nature. And a lot of people just think that Twin is the guy to get in there and really do some harm to Canelo Alvarez. You have people like Paulie Malignaggi with his hating ass, picking Jermall Charlo to beat Canelo, and not only beat him, stopping Canelo Alvarez. You dig what I'm saying? You have a lot of people think that's Benavidez, but Jermall Charlo was the first. He was the first. He must have been a guy that fought him at the middleweight division. Some people say Canelo ducked him by taking the franchise title and things of that nature, then moving up to 68 without giving him his opportunity, right? So Jermall Charlo saying he wants this smoke. Jermall Charlo been saying a lot of things. Now Jermall Charlo has to move himself up to 168 pounds, right, to make this, this opportunity for him, more realistic than ever. You dig what I mean? More realistic than ever. So, Jermall, you bring yourself on up to this man territory at 168, where Canelo holds all the titles, the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF, and the Ring Magazine, right? You take yourself on up to 168. Canelo said plenty of times that he will face Jermall Charlo, along with David Benavidez or whomever else they put in front of him. He's not running or ducking or hiding from nobody. Like he told Eddie Reynoso, whomever you want, I'm ready. Doesn't matter who it is. And y'all know my motto. If you rocking out with Monty B, you line him up, you sign him up, Canelo's going to fuck him up. That's just the fact of the matter. You feel me? But I do want Canelo to pick this man and go ahead and get him out the way. We all know he's supposed to went to cruiserweight and fight Ilanga Makabu. That fell through. Makabu got a mandatory that don't want to step aside, which I don't blame him. But now, Canelo can get some other finished business out the way to shut up some of these haters, these naysayers, these doubters, and these critics. You feel what I'm saying? Which we know. If Jermall get in that ring, he put in some good work, he's going to get his credit. But, if Canelo get in there and put this man down, take his thunder from him, then a lot of people still go ahead on Canelo Alvarez. But Jermall Charlo, look like he's ready for the big opportunity that's presented in front of him. You feel me? This is a big opportunity. This is the biggest stage of his career. This is the biggest payday of his career, right? You get to fight Canelo for undisputed. You're going up to fight for, 4 titles right away, if I'm not mistaken, right? And you get in there with arguably the greatest Mexican fighter of all time and one of the men that's great in history in his boxing game. So you get to share the ring with a legend. You understand what I'm saying? And you know that Canelo is great because you said it out your own mouth. That Canelo was a bad mother. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Even your brother came out and said Canelo is the top shotter in boxing and ain't nobody fucking with him right now. You dig what I mean? Shakur Stevenson know it. Earl the True Spence Jr. know it. That's my guy. Terrence Bud Crawford know it. Like, Everybody get Canelo Alvarez's praise, but you do got the ones out there that hate on him. But nonetheless, fam, let's get back to this Canelo sweepstake, because that's what everybody is waiting on. The Canelo sweepstake. They want to win that bag. You dig what I mean? Everybody knows if you get the Canelo fight, you can retire next week. You know what I mean? If you can get the Canelo fight, when the fight's over, you can retire in the next week. And these are facts. This is not just me talking, running my mouth. You feel what I'm saying? Go get the biggest pay that you ever got. But this fight right here will shut up a lot of critics, naysayers, and doubters if Canelo go in there and handle his business against Jermall Charlo. Do Jermall Charlo have a shot at beat Canelo Alvarez? Yes, he does. He's a fighter. He's a boxer. He's undefeated. He's a strong champion. Got a good jab. Can stand his ground and take a shot. I don't know how many shots he can take from Canelo, because we know he haven't fought someone that hits hard or put punches together or punch placements like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is a monster. He's a monster, you feel me? But when I'm looking at Jermall Charlo, he's a hell of a fighter as well. You got to get credit where credit is due. I know a lot of y'all think that Jermall Charlo is easy work for Canelo. Oh, he easy work. He this and that. Yes, I do got Canelo beating this man. And listen, you might be right. You just might be right. You know, it could be, one of them easy fights for Canelo because of who Canelo Alvarez is. You dig what I'm saying? But when I look at Maul, I just think he gives himself, opportunity. And I think he has success early on in the fight with Canelo with his reach and his jab. He had a hell of a jab. It's a strong jab. I know one thing. Sometimes a jab can be Canelo kryptonite early on. But one thing I know about Canelo, he will find a way to get around that jab. He will find a way to take that jab away. And then he will go to work. You feel me? He will go to work. So when I look at this fight, man, like I said, I think Jermall Charlo has success early on. Like I feel like the other opponents will have success. But overall, man, Canelo's going to be too much for these boys. He's going to be too much for these boys. He's going to overwhelm them with the pressure, with the high IQ, with the power, with the body shots. Canelo's he's just on this it right now, man. He's just on this itch right now. You feel me? And when you're looking at Canelo, bro, he can do everything. He can do everything. People think he can't move. People think that he's flat-footed. No, you're wrong, man. Canelo can move when he want to move. Canelo can box when he want to box. You feel me? If you bring that up out of him, he's going to show it. But you have to be good enough to bring that up out of him. If you're not good enough to bring it up out of him, then he's not going to bring out tools that he don't have to use. You dig what I mean? If you don't bring it up out of him, he's not going to pull out tools that he don't have to use. And these are facts. But one thing we do know about Jermall Charlo when it comes to the come down, he's going to bang it with you. He's going to dog it with you. And that's the type of style that will get you in trouble fucking with a Canelo Alvarez. You dig what I mean? Once you get hurt and you beat down and you start trying to bang it and dog it out, somebody like Canelo will put your lights out. Put your lights out. I'm going to say it again. Once you get down and out and you sit there and you try to bang it out with Canelo Alvarez, he's going to put your lights out, bro. Because that's what he do. Canelo ain't got no sympathy inside that square circle. He don't supposed to. He don't supposed to. You feel me? So this is the fight that I want to happen next. I want Canelo to fight Jermall Charlo next. I know some people be like, Money Brown, why you don't want it to be Benavidez? I think Benavidez earned the opportunity more than Canelo. I will agree with you. At 168, I can't deny that. Charlo haven't fought at 168. He haven't done that at 168. But the thing is, Charlo is still a well-known name over Benavidez, in my opinion. You feel me? I think he's a well-known name over Benavidez, and that's why Benavidez wanted to fight him as well when Charlo said his name first. You dig? So when I just look at the situation, I just think Charlo has more clout than David Benavidez. But David Benavidez is a hell of a fighter. I take nothing away from him. But he will get the same treatment as Charlo, as Plant, as Smith, as Billy Joe, as Kovalev, and anybody else who step aside that square circle with this man Canelo Alvarez. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe, Holmes. Canelo's going to fuck them all up, period. You line him up, you sign him up, Canelo's going to fuck him up. You understand what I'm saying? You line him up, you sign him up, Canelo's going to fuck him up. And it's going to be the first man that a lot of people that were saying Canelo was ducking and doing this and doing that. He's going to take out Jermall Charlo first. He's going to get the Benavidez. You dig? And the man that people think he's really afraid of, Demetrius Andrade, Canelo will knock his ass out as well. So we'll see if he'll make his way up to 168. You dig? But with the Jermall Charlo situation, man, this name was presented to everybody, and we all think it's going to be Jermall Charlo. A lot of us know that Dimitri Bivol is also out there. His name can be pulled up for Cinco de Mayo, May 7th for Canelo Alvarez. Like I tell people, when he was negotiating with the Caden Plant fight, when it looked like it was gonna fall through, him and Dimitri Bivol was in talks. So that fight can be a possibility. And my two top candidates are Jermall Charlo and Dimitri Bivol. Because first with Jermall Charlo, on the one interview they asked, who do you want to fight more? Would it be Jermall Charlo or David Benavidez? Oh, Charlo. I respect him. He's a good fighter, Charlo. Yeah, but I'm gonna fuck him up as well. David Benavidez, I like him. I try to help the kid out sometimes, but you know the kid talking shit, and I'll fuck him up too. So it's no problem, right? No problem with Canelo Alvarez. Whomever Eddie pick, whoever he pick, I'm ready. I'm ready for whoever. It doesn't matter. You know, they need me. I don't need them. So, you know, they talk shit, you get Caleb Plant. Yeah, you talk shit, you get Caleb Plant. Or you might get Billy Joe. So don't play with Canelo Alvarez, man. You know what I mean? Don't play with him. So Charlo look like, you know, he want this thing. It's rumors that he's coming up to 168. He's dropping the title, right? I don't blame him from dropping that title coming up. Like I said, you're getting the biggest opportunity of your career with Canelo Alvarez. This is it. This is the pinnacle. This is where all you cats want to be at the pinnacle, bro. This is the pinnacle. You don't need no title right now. Come on up, get this work from Canelo. You dig what I mean? Come on up, get this work from Canelo, because that's what it's going to be. Work. You dig? And like I say, at the end of the day, Canelo hand will be raised, but Jermall Charlo will give him a hell of a fight. I feel like he will bring a hell of a fight. He's a hell of a fighter. He's no bitch. He's no slouch. As long as he's on this shit, we gonna love it, bro. It's going to be a classic. But like I say, Canelo will figure all these boys out at the end, and all these boys will get the same result. So let's keep our fingers crossed, man. I think a lot of us want this Jermall Charlo fight. A lot of people saying they'd rather see him fight Makabu than Charlo. A lot of people saying they want Benavidez. He can only fight one person at a time. And all these cats are on the same level. So nobody is really going to put him over the next. The Makabu fight was history. But with Jermall Charlo, Andrade, and David Benavidez, these boys are on the same level. You go line them up, you go sign them up, and Canelo Alvarez is going to fuck him up at the end of the day. Canelo, get Charlo in the ring, handle your business. Until the end, it's your boy Money. It's the NSBC moving. Everybody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the videos. And y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.